Welcome back to Wall of Gain, where passion meets music, and there seems to be a trend doing the rounds in the internet on YouTube, particularly with music YouTubers who like the music from the 1960s, 70s, 80s, the classic rock, the prog. They all seem to be looking at these albums, going through albums by bands, and picking the worst song from each album. So I decided to get in on this and start with my favourite band, Led Zeppelin. So this is going to be difficult because I don't think a lot of what Led Zeppelin put out was bad. But if I'm going to be challenged, let's go for it. And I haven't prepared for this at all, so it's all going to be live. So we'll start off with the first debut album by Led Zeppelin, the first album. If I had to pick one song to be left off this album, what would it be? So we'll run through the songs. Good Times, Bad Times, amazing song. That's not going anywhere. Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. I know it was originally taken from another artist, Joan Baez, I think it was, or even someone before her. But I think the job that Led Zeppelin do on this one is amazing, and they certainly make it their own. You Shook Me, again, Willie Dixon, great song, but it is possibly a contender for the worst song on this album. Dazed and Confused is staying. Your Time Is Gonna Come, I like. Black Mountainside, I like. Communication Breakdown, that's not going anywhere, definitely going to keep that. I Can't Quit You Baby, and then it finishes off with How Many More Times. So for me, I think it's I Can't Quit You Baby. That's the one. It's the worst song on that album in my opinion. Still very good. Still really, really strong, and I really like this album. It's grown on me a lot more over the years, even though there's a lot of blues covers on there. But I do think that's probably the worst song. Okay, moving on to Led Zeppelin 2. Okay, so we've got Whole Lot of Love, which of course is brilliant. What Is and What Should Never Be, another classic track. That's not going anywhere. The Lemon Song, again, they've borrowed some stuff from Howlin' Wolf on this one, but they make it their own. Thank You, which I've never been a fan of. Thank You, and you know, maybe people might think, what are you saying? That's one of Led Zeppelin's greatest songs. But for me, I've never been a big fan of it. I didn't think it really fitted in well with this album. But anyway, there we go. Heartbreaker, I love. Living, Loving, Made. I know Jimmy Page is not a fan of it, but for me, great song. Ramble On, I love. Moby Dick. Yeah, the drum solo is fine, but the riff is amazing. Bring It On Home, amazing song. So for me, it's Thank You on Led Zeppelin 2. That's the song that I think is the worst on that album. Okay, moving on now to Led Zeppelin 3. So yeah, there is a lot of stuff on this album that didn't really get me the first time. So we'll just run through. Immigrant Song, amazing, one of the best Led Zeppelin songs. Friends, I actually really gotten to like over the years, so that's not going anywhere. Celebration Day, again, is another great song. Since I've Been Loving You, one of their best songs. And definitely, if we talk about blues, rock, and Led Zeppelin, that's one of the best. It's definitely up there. Out on the Tiles, I really, really like. I think it's got a great riff, got great drums on it. And then we're into the back half of the album. So we've got Gallows Pole, which is okay. Tangerine, not their strongest song. That's the Way, yeah, not great either. Bon Are Your Stomp, and Hats Off to Roy Harper. So for me, the second half of this album really loses me, to be honest. I do like what they're doing with the folky thing, but I think any of those songs at the end, you know, could definitely be left off. Possibly Bon Are Your Stomp if I had to pick one. Okay, so there you go, Led Zeppelin 3. That's my pick. Okay, this is going to be difficult now. The untitled fourth album by Led Zeppelin. Okay, what can we pick on this? So Black Dog is amazing, one of their best songs. Can't do anything with that. Rock and Roll, again, brilliant. Love that song. The Battle of Evermore took me a long time to get to appreciate this song, but I think I do appreciate it now. Stairway to Heaven, one of the best songs ever written. Misty Mountain Hop, really love that riff. Four Sticks, yeah, it's good. Really, really good. Going to California, yeah, brilliant. And then it ends with The Levee Breaks. I probably have to say The Battle of Evermore will be the one. Even though it's brilliant, there's no songs in this album that should be taken off, okay? But The Battle of Evermore is definitely a contender there, I think. It's probably the weakest song on the track. Although when you're listening to the album through, you need to listen to the Battle of Evermore first to bring you down from Black Dog and Rock and Roll. Brings you down, keeps you nice and calm, and then you're going in the right frame of mind to Stairway to Heaven, and then it builds up to a climax for the end of side A on the vinyl. So for me, as an album, it's absolutely brilliant. But if I had to pick one, that's the one I'm picking. Okay, I have Houses of the Holy here, and you'll know why I'm not showing you the cover for this one. So there's the disc. Okay, so I'm just going to run through the songs on this one. Song Remains the Same, amazing, brilliant song. The Rain song, a brilliant song as well. Over the Hills and Far Away, amazing. The Crunge, yeah, it's okay. Dancing Days is really good. Dire Maker, or as a lot of people thought was Jamaica. I think that's the way a lot of people pronounce it. It's probably the weakest song on the track. No Quarter is amazing, and I love The Ocean. So, song number 6 on the CD, Dire Maker. It's a kind of a reggae feel song, and I don't think it fits in particularly well with the album. So that's going to be the worst one for me on that one. Next, we've got the double album, Physical Graffiti. This one has a lot of stuff on it. So Custard Pie is amazing, The Rover is amazing, In My Time of Dying, Houses of the Holy, Trampled Under for Kashmir. They don't put a foot wrong on the first disc on this one. And then the second disc, In the Light, really like that one. Bon Are Down by the Seaside. That's really not a great song, to be honest. 10 Years Gone is amazing. Night Flight is okay. The Wonton song is okay. Boogie with Stew, Black Country, Woman Sick Again. I'm going to go with Down by the Seaside, but to be honest, at the back end of this album, we all know where it came from. It was stuff from previous albums that didn't quite make it, and they wanted to make a double album, so they decided to fill it out with all this stuff. But yeah, I think Down by the Seaside is the worst song on that album. Okay, we're moving on to this one now, Presence, which I am a massive fan of. So what have we got here? We've got Achilles' Last Stand, amazing, brilliant. For Your Life, again, another brilliant, great rocking song. Royal Orleans, Nobody's Fault But Mine, Candy Store Rock, Hot Song for No One, and T for One. So I think it's a brilliant album. They don't really put a foot wrong on this, but if I had to pick one song, it probably would be Royal Orleans. Okay, moving on to Intro the Outdoor. Okay, and the reason that this one's in a paper bag, I only found this out a few months ago, is because there is there's a scene in a bar, okay, and within that scene, there's 4 people, and each cover, there was four different covers that were produced, okay, and you had the 4 different people's point of view, and you didn't know which one you got until you bought the album and opened up the paper packaging. And I didn't realise that until about 6 months ago, when there was an expert on Led Zeppelin on Andy Edwards' channel. So this one, if we can see, this one is from this guy at the back of the bar. Okay, so there it is on the full picture, and then if you look on the front cover, you can see it's looking from his perspective. Okay, so I always thought that was really cool, to be honest. Yeah, really, really good use of imagery and all the rest from Led Zeppelin, thinking outside of the box. Probably their weakest studio album, to be honest, this one, Intro the Outdoor. Just look at some of the tracks on it. So In the Evening, great song. Southbound Suarez, yeah, not the best. Fool in the Rain, Hot Dog, Caro Salambra, All My Love, and I'm Gonna Crawl. I'm going to say Southbound Suarez is the worst song on this album. And if you disagree with me, please leave it in the comments below and let me know what you think, because I would love to hear some feedback on what people's least favourite songs are on each of these albums. But that's my pick for Intro the Outdoor, okay? Okay, moving on now. I'm going to go Coda, and I know a lot of people don't really consider it a Led Zeppelin album, but look, I have it and it's part of the catalogue. There's not a whole lot of stuff on this to get excited about. We're Gonna Groove is okay. We got another version of I Can't Quit You Baby, Poor Tom, Walter's Walk, Ozone Baby, Darlene, Bonzo's Montreux, and Wearing and Tearing. I'm going to go with Poor Tom on this one. I'll just show you the cover there. Poor Tom for me as the least favourite, my least favourite track on that album. Okay, if you disagree with me, let me know in the comments below. If there's any other bands you would like to see me run through worst song on every album, I'd be happy to do it. But please, if there's less than 15 albums, I don't want to be running through like 20, 25 albums. And I would already need to know the band quite well. So there's no point in picking a band that I don't listen to. Okay, if you liked the video, stick a like on it. And if you could also subscribe if you haven't already done that. And I will talk to you on the next one. Bye for now.